If you or someone you know is a victim of human trafficking, call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 25 of the Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm your host, Ricky Tabruggi, and tonight it is Norm from In the Free Zone with Norm podcast. How you doing tonight, Norm?
Doing good, Ricky.
Hey, what kind of podcast you got going on there with that In the Free Zone?
Ricky, it's a high school coaching and athletics podcast, and we also touch on some educational issues from time to time.
I understand you're a football coach.
Yes, sir. I coach at Liberal High School.
Okay. How's your season starting off so far?
Started off 0-3 so far.
A little rough there.
Yeah, it is a little rough, but we've shown signs of improvement. We played a lot better this week.
Good deal. Good deal. I bet you've had some challenges with the whole COVID thing going on, haven't you?
As a matter of fact, yeah, I've been in quarantine the last a little over 2 weeks. Just got cleared today.
Oh, wow. Oh, good to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if anybody wants to check out Norm's podcast, you can go over to backhomemedia.com and check out Norm's podcast and all of the other ones on Back Home Media. I invite you to do that. In the meantime, you ready to start some cases, Norm?
Absolutely.
All right.
The National Runaway Safe Line is here to listen and here to help. Speak to someone specifically trained in crisis prevention who won't tell you what to do. Join a forum where you can post your questions, thoughts, or concerns about what it is like to be a teenager or a parent. If there is something you have been wondering about, please ask, because chances are there are a lot of other people wondering the same thing. Remember, you are not alone. Go online to 1-800-runaway.org or call 1-800-789-2626.
Okay, and on that note, our first case this evening is Jeffrey DeVore. He is missing from, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right, Frontenac, Kansas. Been missing since August 17th, 2020. He's 17 years old. He's 5'6" to 5'8" tall. He weighs between 145 and 150 pounds. He has brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have any information regarding Jeffrey's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Frontenac, Kansas Police Department at 620-231-9216 or the KBI at 785-296-4017.
All right, our second case tonight is Joseph Michael Rutgen. He's missing from Neosho County, Kansas. He is 5'11". He's been missing since June 17th of 2020. 184 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes, age 19. If you have any information regarding Joseph's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Neosho County, Kansas Emergency Communications at 620-244-3669 or the KBI at 785-296-4017.
Okay, and moving on to our next case is Justice McGee. She is missing from Fort Scott, Kansas. She's been missing since September 12th, 2020. She is 16 years old. She is 5'6" tall, and she weighs between 175 and 195 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Justice's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Fort Scott, Kansas Police Department at 620-223-1700 or the KBI at 785-296-4017.
And next up is Keasia Day. Is missing from Wichita, Kansas. She's been missing since September 7th, 2020. Keasia's 13. She's 5 foot, 135 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Keasia's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-3456 or the KBI at 785-296-4017.
Okay, and moving on to our next case is Leonce Burton Morgan. We've had her on the show in her previous show, but wanted to run her again because I was able to add a new photo to her flyer. She's missing from Wichita, Kansas, and she's been missing since August 24th, 2020. She's 15 years old. She's 5 foot 5 inches tall. She weighs 130 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Leonce's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or the KBI at 785-296-4017.
Next case is Olivia Brown. Olivia Brown is missing from Kansas City, Kansas. Since September 2nd of 2020, she is age 17. Olivia is between 5 foot and 5'5", weighs 100 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Olivia's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000 or the KBI at 785-296-4017.
Okay. And moving on to our next case is Wesley McDonald. He's also missing from Wichita, Kansas. He's been missing since September 4th, 2020. He's 16 years old. He is 5 foot 6 inches tall. He weighs 125 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Wesley's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or the KBI at 785-296-4017.
Our next case is Paris Lachelle Hobson. Paris is missing from Massillon, Ohio. She has been missing since December 25th of 2019. Her age at the time of disappearance was 26, now 27. Paris is 5'2", between 220 and 230 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Paris' disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Massillon, Ohio Police Department at 1735.
Okay, and we're going to kind of switch gears and do an unsolved homicide case. It's for a 16-year-old girl named Fawn Cox. She was murdered in her bedroom located at 4640 East 9th Street in Kansas City, Missouri. She was only 16 years old at the time, as I mentioned. She had been raped and strangled. Her mom and younger sister found her when they heard her alarm, but Fawn had never turned it off. Fawn had worked at Worlds of Fun until 11 p.m. the previous evening and then came home and went straight to bed knowing she had to work the next day. No one in the family heard anything that night because air conditioner units were running. Family members remembers the dog being agitated, and that was brushed off because the dog was pregnant at the time. If you have any information on Fawn's death, please call the Kansas City Crime Stoppers at 816-474-8477 or go to the Crime Stoppers website, kccrimestoppers.com, where you can download the free P3 Tips mobile app and submit your tips there as well. And welcome back, everybody. And kind of a short show tonight. I'm sorry about that. I do want to share something real quick, though. Earlier today, I got to meet a family member of a missing person that I'd done a flyer for. And she wanted to meet me in person to thank me for helping out with getting a flyer made and circulated and everything. And she gave me this thank you card, and I just kind of wanted to show this. It looks like this on the front. And then when you open it up, it's got this really nifty little pop-up tree here. And then there's a little card that slides out the back half of the card, and it just basically says thank you for everything with her name on it. It was a really neat experience to meet with her and talk with her for a little while today, and update me on how her missing loved one is. He was found safe, by the way, and let everybody know that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was great. It was, it's instances like that really touch me and really make me, really lets me know that I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You're doing something that not only is a public service, but helps people on a very personal level.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And there are times I admit that I kind of sit back and kind of doubt that, am I really helping all that much? And then I have, instances like that where I get to meet with a missing person's family member in person and talk to him and stuff. And to me, it's kind of God's reaffirmation that, yes, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing what I want you to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And, keep doing it. And I'm going to keep doing it until he calls me home. So,
Absolutely.
It means a lot to me.
Yep. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Hopefully in the future, I might get to meet some more family members of other missing people. I don't know. It'd be nice to be able to. We'll just have to kind of see what happens. But anyway, Norm, thank you for joining us tonight. And again, he has the podcast In the Free Zone with Norm, covering high school athletics and some educational issues and those kinds of things. And
yep.
Norm, thank you for being on tonight and helping us out in a pinch.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Ricky.
And you're welcome. And again, if anybody wants to check out any, Norm's show or any of our other shows on Back Home Media, go to backhomemedia.com, and there's a whole list of shows you can check into, all different genres and everything you can look into. And also, if you want to help support what we do here on the KMU podcast, you can go to patreon.com/KMU pod. And we've kind of restructured the Patreon a little bit. We have 3 different tiers going on there now. You can check that out and see what you like to do there. Again, I want to thank Norm for being here and thank everybody for tuning in and watching us tonight. And everybody take care, stay safe, and God bless. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you, everyone.
Well, I don't think it, I thought it, that's different. I said what I said and I meant it, or lamented. Words given weight without thought in a person, the way that I talk and the way that I ought to be able to pause and to say that the fault can be placed on my arm, to this playful assault, to disgrace in its arm. Pray for the day they could wait for the calm. You can't control the storm, only weather it, whether it's 5 weeks and 5 days of rain sideways, or scorched earth, search for death, or water left with all the thorns, with the petals gone, settle on the breath of autumn. If the ground fits, wear it, the crown fits. If the crown fits, wear it.